there's going to be a lot of stories. Dave was one of a kind, and thank goodness that he was. And let me tell you what Dave was. Dave was a fan of the game of baseball. And if you're a fan of the game, you've heard the song, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," many times. The song was written by Jack Norworth in 1908. And at the time he wrote the song, he never went to a baseball game. But somehow he was able to capture the thrill of being at a ballpark. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. We've heard those lyrics thousands of times. But Dave Niehaus really understood that song and what it meant for the well over 5,000 games he broadcast for the Mariners. And the countless others with the Angels. Dave took us out to the ball game. From Diego Segui's first pitch to Jerry Remy of the California Angels in 1977 to the last pitch that he called in 2010. Dave put us right there in the front row at the Kingdom, the front row at Safeco Field, and every ballpark he broadcast from, including his favorite ballpark on the road, Fenway Park in Boston. Dave took us out with the crowd and made us feel the thrill of every Mariner win and the agony of every defeat. With Dave behind the mic, Mariner fans were right there too. Yes, he enjoyed eating a bag of peanuts and Cracker Jack. Believe me, Kevin and I knew that. We'd always have to clean up after him after he went from the radio booth to the TV booth. Nothing but peanut shells all over the place. He loved his peanuts and Cracker Jack. Dave rooted for you guys, the home team. But he was fair, and he told it like it was. He told the truth, even when it hurt. And as far as that 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out thing, nobody did it better than my partner did. Last spring in Arizona, there was a young phenom on the mound. And Dave called one pitch diabolical for strike 2. And after strike 3 whizzed by the hitter who had no chance, he shouted, "Oh, that stank." Don't know where that came from, but man, it took. Our station ran promo after promo after promo, and I loved it. Dave made us see the game on the radio because baseball and radio is a combination of the theater of the mind. Your imagination is better and ever will be than any camera ever invented. This fact had an impact on a young boy who grew up in Princeton, Indiana. Now, his hero growing up was St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Harry Carey. One day, Dave's father took him to see his first major league game at Old Sportsman's Park in St. Louis. And later on, he would confide in me and tell me and Kevin, he told me that he was disappointed. And I asked him why. And he said, Harry Carey made the players larger than life. And he said Sportsman's Park wasn't as nice as the one that he pictured in his mind. Dave was a great teacher, and I was lucky. Tom Hanks was wrong. Sorry. You saw the movie, right? There's no crying in baseball. Yeah, there is. I was lucky. Sorry. Was I going to do this? Love you too. Wow. I wasn't going to do this.
Here,
Thanks, Rena.
It's got a little snot on it. You don't mind that?
Thanks, man. I'm sorry. Are these guys the greatest? All right. I was lucky and privileged to spend 25 years with him in a broadcast booth, on an airplane, thank you so much, in a hotel, and one of the many great restaurants around the American League. The man loved to eat. So did I. So did Kevin. Ate a lot of barbecue with him, huh, buddy? Dave taught us many things along the way, but two things really stood out. Be yourself and have fun. Back in that miracle run of 1995, he really had a chance to have some fun. With the bases loaded in one game, Tino Martinez hit a home run. Kevin and I were waiting for that familiar fly, fly away. But instead, Grandma showed up and made a sandwich. A salami sandwich. When Dave shouted, "Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma, it's grand salami time," Kevin and I looked at each other like, where the heck did that come from? Glad it came. But like most everything Dave said on the radio, it caught on like wildfire. For the next few weeks and months, fans were sending down sticks of salami in a string from the 300 level to the broadcast booth. They were sending down salami sandwiches, and I never went hungry for the next 2 months. By the way, whoever made those, hold the mayo. But Dave carved his niche during the early days of the franchise. When the ball club was bad, Dave was at his best. It took 15 long seasons before the Mariners finally had their first winning season. And Dave made them not only bearable, but even enjoyable. Dave always told me it may be a bad game, but it doesn't have to be a bad broadcast. And as players would come and go, there was one constant, the man behind the microphone, Dave Niehaus. And when '95 came along, the rest of the baseball world finally discovered what we already knew here in the Pacific Northwest, that Dave was one of the greatest announcers of all time. Thanks, Dave. Now, if there's any question about that, just take a little drive to upstate New York, to a little village of Cooperstown, and to the Baseball Hall of Fame, because that's where you're going to find Dave with the likes of Vin Scully, Harry Callis, Red Barber, Mel Allen, Jack Brickhouse, and only 25 others. One thing about the great announcers, they never miss the great call. You've heard so many this afternoon, but the beauty of Dave was in the setup. Those words he chose to create the drama that was about to unfold. Those words that he chose to make those little hairs stand up on the back of your neck and to give you goosebumps. Before Edgar hit the double in Game 5 of the American League Division Series off of Jack McDowell, Dave said, And you heard it just a few minutes ago. The Mariners would love a hit into the gap. And with Junior's speed,